seconds. Once again, first call, Dorper breeding. Second call, Dorper breeding ewes. Second call, Dorper breeding ewes.
we get a trio of black-faced, hemp-influenced ewes out here. I'm going to lead off with the 2 spring sheep. You know, the one that starts just hits me with the most power. She's the most robust female that's probably the most opened up underneath. I really appreciate how wide her chest floor is. That one's got a big rib cage. And you get behind the sheep, and she's probably the thickest, most power from behind. Comes to the seat of her leg with the most shape and cushion. You know, I think that she's really square in terms of her hock. You know, she could probably be just a little more up-fronted, a little neater and more ladylike about her head and neck. And that's probably where I give the edge to the ewe that's in second. I know that it's getting kind of hot, and these guys are kind of wanting to break down a little bit, but that is a really thin-necked, slender-made kind of a ewe that offers some quality in terms of refinement. Probably just need to add a little more punch to that one's pin and hip and lower leg to rival that one that I like to win. But still, I think that it's her comfort and ease in terms of structure when they're on the move that I like. When the big yearling ewes at the stand, I mean, it's pretty hard to argue against her. She's a big square-topped kind of individual that's got some mass from behind. With that mass, I'd like to see her balance up with a little more foot and feature at the ground. And when she gets out and moves, just wish that she kind of, you know, stayed a little more comfortable there in her spine. She kind of wants to get just a little rolled up and a little harsher in her center body. But that's pretty hard when these things start getting bigger and start getting closer to going into production. We're asking a lot out of these sheep to kind of hold it all together in terms of ring presence and have power and breed you character. So we'll bring the 2 first and seconds back after we evaluate the other breed, but a trio of nice sheep. And these young kids are having a blast, doing a dang good job. My hat's off to you for that.
Last and final call, Dorper breeding ewes. Last and final call, Dorper breeding ewes. First call, market lambs. First call, open market lambs.
you know, we've got a single entry Dorper out here, and young lady's having a really good time showing us. Sounded like she had never braced one before. I know this isn't showmanship, but I take this stuff really seriously and very to heart, and so I didn't have a problem. I thought it was really fun to kind of help show her how to brace that thing, mainly because it's going to help me get a handle on that sheet and get a little better feel for her. And I'll be honest, I studied abroad in South Africa in undergrad, and we went to a very premier Dorper farm, and I never thought that I would need to know about Dorpers until I realized how many I've run into judging some county fairs and some regional sheep shows. And so I'm kind of appreciative because I know what a good Dorper is. I know what they look like, and this is a pretty good one. You know, this sheep has got some look, some quality, some presence. You know, she's long-necked and really refined, but she's got a big old square top in her. She's got a rib cage in her that's round and robust, but it's soft and it's pliable. She's got some thickness from behind, really good length of body. We could make that one just a bit more boxy and punch her up and put a bigger set of feet and legs on her. But that's getting pretty particular on one that I think hits a lot of boxes and is doing a very good job for this young lady. That's a nice single entry here.
Winning that class is Elizabeth Blake. Now in is the Supreme Drive for your breeding ewes. Second call.
We get the two class winners back out here, and obviously very different in their breeds, their types, their kind, their purpose. But at the end of the day, I mean, you can gravitate towards some quality. No matter the species, I like livestock that has some muscle. I like them to have some look, and I like them to be good structured. You know, when it really comes down to it, I think there's just kind of a logical way that it needs to go. I like both of them. I think the black face is just the better breeding piece. She's going to be your champion open ewe. The young lady's Dorper is going to be reserved.
Your champion open class breeding ewe is the Hampshire, and reserve overall is Elizabeth Blake with her Dorper breeding ewe. Last and final call for the only class of market lambs. Last and final call for market lambs.
And I don't know if we're judging open market lambs or doing a clinic here, but I'm having a blast. Young man is really getting that thing stuck now. I'm going to leave these two how they came in. He's going to be champion open market lamb, one that I just think excels in terms of just meat animal shape. That one's pretty green. He's bare in terms of his condition, but he's got some product when you put your hand on him. He's got some chest width up front. He's got a good sized leg to him. He's got some leg wool on him. I think you kind of take a feed pan to that one and keep him exercised. That's going to be a really nice sheep once he gets a little bit bigger. A really productive, easy feeding type of a wether to come in for reserve in this deal. Young lady's doing a very good job getting him shown. Just one that doesn't have the same power, the same yield potential, base width, all of those tangibles that black-faced sheep has to win. Very fun duo of youngsters to work through, though. We'll be excited to get the juniors fired up.
Your grand champion market lamb in the open show is Carson Costle. Reserve is Elizabeth Blake. And with that, we're going to roll right into the 4-H show. So with that, first call, unified showmanship.